Florida court refuses to stop execution for mentally ill veteran Jeffrey Hutchinson. Jeffrey Hutchinson, a Gulf War veteran, is scheduled to be executed on May 1, 2025. The central issue in his case revolves around claims of mental incompetence. These claims have been repeatedly raised by his defense team. Give a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. On April 24, 2025, a motion was filed in Bradford County Circuit Court. The motion requested a stay of execution and a competency hearing for Hutchinson. The defense argues that Hutchinson suffers from a decades-long delusional disorder. Hutchinson's delusion centers on the belief that his execution is intended to silence him. He believes he possesses knowledge of government secrets. Experts have determined that he lacks a rational understanding of his impending execution. Former mitigation specialists, investigators, and prior attorneys testified in support of Hutchinson's claims. They believe that Hutchinson's delusions are fixed and long-standing. Investigator Dan Ashton testified that Hutchinson views events through the lens of conspiracy. Dr. Barry Crown evaluated Hutchinson and diagnosed him with PTSD and organic brain damage. He cited impairment of reasoning, judgment, critical thinking, and memory. Dr. Crown's diagnosis was delusional disorder. Dr. Bhushan Agarkar also testified confirming the diagnosis of delusional disorder. He stated that Hutchinson holds a fixed delusion about a government conspiracy. Dr. Agarkar concluded that this delusion impedes Hutchinson's rational understanding of the reason for his execution. The state presented expert witnesses who contradicted the defense's findings. Dr. Tonya Werner testified that Hutchinson's delusions are a defense strategy. Dr. Wade Myers stated that he found no evidence of a fixed delusion or mental illness. Dr. Myers acknowledged that Hutchinson exhibited PTSD symptoms. However, he claimed that these symptoms had improved over time. The state's experts argued that Hutchinson was competent to understand his execution. Judge James N. Kolaw found Jeffrey Hutchinson sane and competent to be executed. This decision was made after over 10 hours of expert testimony. Judge Kolaw stated that Hutchinson did not prove his incompetence by clear and convincing evidence. Judge Kolaw deemed the opinions of the Governor's Commission members credible and compelling. He found no credible evidence that Hutchinson doesn't understand what is happening and why. The court sided with the state's assessment of Hutchinson's mental state. Since the reinstatement of the death penalty in 1976, no competency challenge has succeeded in Florida. This historical context highlights the difficulty of proving incompetence in capital cases. The legal bar for proving incompetence is exceptionally high. Jeffrey Hutchinson served over a decade in the U.S. Army. He was deployed to the Gulf War, where he was exposed to sarin gas and sustained blast injuries. These exposures resulted in Gulf War illness, GWI, causing neurological and psychological damage. Post-deployment, Hutchinson's paranoia intensified into a belief that the government was targeting him. This paranoia severely impacted his civilian life and personal relationships. His mental health deteriorated significantly after his military service. Hutchinson has maintained his innocence for nearly 30 years. He claims that others committed crimes to suppress his advocacy for GWI veterans. He believes his execution will hide long-standing government cover-ups related to Gulf War illnesses. Hutchinson sees himself as a martyr for the cause of veterans suffering from GWI. His claims of innocence are intertwined with his delusions of government conspiracy. These beliefs fuel his conviction that his execution is unjust. Sean T. Gunn, Hutchinson's defense attorney, stated that executing an incompetent combat veteran violates the U.S. Constitution. He believes the court was wrong to find Hutchinson competent. Gunn argued that the proceedings did not constitute a full and fair hearing as required by due process. The defense plans to continue litigating these issues and seek a stay of execution. They will likely appeal the court's decision to higher courts. The legal battle over Hutchinson's competency is far from over.